Alright, what's going on guys? It's Almond. Welcome back to another Wizard101 video. In today's video, I want to go over a topic that's kind of overlooked at the moment, but it's definitely going to affect the long run of raids. So we're going to be talking about how packs are essentially going to be a new way of getting raid gear and essentially the raid template moving forward. So I'll give you guys my opinion and thoughts about this because it's definitely a topic that's worth mentioning in the community and bring some ideas towards it. So let me know you guys' thoughts about this in the comments down below, and be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all type of stuff, and let's get into it. So the main reason I wanted to bring this up is before Wallaroo comes out, I want to talk about the Freaky Florimancer pack, which I didn't open due to the fact that there's been some nifty topics about this pack. So the only reason I would ever open this pack is for the cosmetics. Personally, the pets you can just always hash for, so there's no need for that. But the gear itself, yes, it looks unique, so I see why people would open this pack, but the stats itself are direct copies of the void gear. And if you don't believe me, let's compare. Here's the Florimancer pack that has the ice robe, which is 1907 health, 27 or 24 damage, and 20 crit rating. Now, if we look at the gear template slides that I've been currently working on, eventually we'll go there. Let's make our way all the way to ice, right? Look at ice robe, and if you look at the void robe, 1907, 24 damage, 20 Chad rating. It's legit, word for word, a direct copy of the stats. Now, there is some things you could argue about why you should open this pack, right? One is, of course, cosmetics. Cosmetics are always going to be a thing, right? If someone wants this, they're going to be like, okay, I want to have it for a Stitch, etc. Fair enough, right? I'm not going to argue against that too much. But when it comes to the actual stats, there's one thing that is unique in this pack when it comes to the templates, and it's actually the amulets. Everything else stat wise is exactly the same as the void gear, so from the nullity raid. Now, the only thing that is different is the item cards on the amulets, and I wanted to bring attention to this because the fact that the only reason that you would ever open this pack is for having a unique card or item card on the amulets, and even then it's still very niche. I'm surprised that they just didn't copy the void gear, just toss it into the pack, rename it something, change the cosmetic, and boom, similar to like other templates that they've been doing. Really surprised they didn't do that. And this is bringing attention for like down the line, because if you guys think about it, down the line, if they're already doing this with the void gear, what's stopping them from doing it with the nullity template? Nullity template, of course, is the robe that everyone uses from the void or from the nullity raid, and everyone likes it. And with Wallaroo coming around the corner, this robe might finally get power crept. It's still like an iffy thing because it really depends on what the level 170 upgrades are for the Aeon robe, the Eternal boots, or the Eternal robe, like the whole set, the Hunhow upgrades. It really depends if that is actually going to outclass this robe. And of course, I would assume down the line we will get a 170 upgrade, but we don't know how, right? They can toss this in boss rematches and players might want to farm it. Honestly, I think the route they should have took is just making a 170 version of it and people having to use the 161 to upgrade it. It would have been better, but the issue is down the line is how long are they going to be doing this? At one point, let's say we're level 200 and we're still using the nullity template, you're going to have the 150 one upgraded to the 160, the 160 upgraded to the 170, and so forth, all the way to like 200, for example, which is honestly another issue in itself. So it really comes down to how they're going to do this, and eventually the nullity template can be in packs. I don't doubt them from doing that. And now if that's the case, they've already put the void template in packs, right? It's in the Florimancer pack. What's stopping them from a year down the line? The Hunhow and the Shobalva template being in packs. Don't get me wrong, and like saying, well, I mean, that's absurd. How could they do such a thing? Well, they just did it with the Floormancer pack. What's like, this is just Void Gear. This is legit just Void Gear. And honestly, who knows? We might get a Christmas pack that might come out that has a unique stitch and everything like that. And that will just be the nullity gear, 170. And dude, I can see it happening, and I just realized it on stream today as well, because the fact that if this is considered like a Halloween pack, if you think about it. I don't know if this is a permanent pack that's going to be staying in the shop, but if this is Halloween exclusive, who knows? We might have a nullity temple that's freaking Christmas exclusive. It's very concerning. I mean, eventually it was going to happen, right? This type of gear was eventually going to be in packs. Hunhow and Shabalba, a year from now, it's going to be in packs. And then the Raid 3 will come out, and Raid 3 will be exclusive to raids, and then eventually that template will be in packs. We're just in this never-ending cycle, which, I mean, hey, you're playing the game, you know the cycle, you know it repeats. What can you do, right? So there's still a big topic to talk about. I mean, there's nothing else that's very unique to this pack that I'm like, hey, yes, of course, the stitch and, you know, the amulets, as we were talking, the amulets are good, don't get me wrong. Of course, they're just the void template, right? That's just slapped on them, the void stats. But I can only see you ever wanting this is just for the item cards of these, just so you can stack up if there's any like specific boss and you need a different blade or something like that. I can see these being useful to a certain extent. Balance is kind of shafted because it's just a balance blade. You can just get that on many other cards, I believe, or many other pieces. But the star blades and the moon blades, sun blades, those are kind of unique that they're on these amulets. But beyond that, I know that there's like unique item cards on the wand as well, but like to a certain extent, who is using these wands? I have no clue, and I don't see a reason to use them at the moment, because they're just void. They're literally just void. You know, just unique item cards. But even then, I don't see anyone packing it, whether it be in PvE or even in PvP. Just for that reasoning, I don't see it scares me for the future. Honestly, it genuinely does scare me for the future of what they could do with this game, because the fact that I thought raids would have their own uniqueness, but then the issue is, like, if this becomes in packs down the line, what is the point of doing the void raid? Is there even a reason to do that raid anymore if everything's just going to be in packs? People will argue the pets, but that's it. After you get the pets, what else do you need from the from the nullity raid or the void raid anymore? I don't know. We're entering this domain of this unknown territory where it's just going to be like, well, stuff is going to be in packs. Like, we can kind of just know where the cycle is going with this, right? You know, void stuff is already in packs, nullity will be in packs, and Hunhow, and then Shabalba. Then whatever the third raid is going to be a year down the line after that will be in packs. And then yes, Skyfarer will eventually have its upgrades and boss rematches as well, right? This is the Skyfarer template, which is essentially, if we even go back further, which this will have its own separate video of me talking about the templates, but originally derives from the Spyro villains. Spyro villains upgraded to the Skyfarer, and it's the Malicer template. And then we're gonna get the Morgan, which honestly would make sense for its upgrades, but who knows what other template that they can put in here. I don't know, but that's it for the video, guys. That's my honest opinions on that pack and what issues we might have down the line. I don't know what they could do or what the plan is beyond that, but putting void gear in packs is literally sparked an idea that has nullity written all over it, Hunhow and Shabalba down the line. It's gonna happen. It's the inevitable. So at the moment, I mean, yeah, we spent money on the crown chest, we did farm the Crying Sky raid, but a year from now, those are going to be in packs. I can see it happening. And if it isn't, hey, cool. The only thing you get from like the void raid now is, I guess, the unique stitch that is still there, but it's tough. It's really just tough to say what's gonna happen. So that is it. Let me know your guys' opinion on this whole raid gear being in packs, I guess. I mean, if we're already spamming the crown chest it doesn't really matter uh, because it's going to be in packs or guard. But I guess if you want the unique stitch and stuff like that and the badges, I guess that's why you do the raids. So that's why it's its own separate thing. But that is it. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. Wallaroo should be around the corner. My guess is either Monday or Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, so leave a like, subscribe, all that type of stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.